Hi, good evening. Sorry, it's been a busy day today. I didn't get on this morning to give you a few minutes for the heart, but I am ready today, and so I'm going to get started. This is part of what I was doing today. So today's episode 5, and it is the wisdom of stillness. So today I was blending slippery elm bark and marshmallow root. That's what's in here because it helps support my throat and my bronchial passage while dealing with a lot of thick mucus. As an herbalist, I don't choose herbs simply because someone says they're good for me. I choose them because I listen to the plant and follow its medicine and lots of studies that I've done and training that I've done, so I know a lot about what some of these herbs do. Slippery elm bark and marshmallow root are both known as soothing, moistening herbs. They contain a mucilage, which helps, think of it as a plant-based natural, what do they call that stuff? You see that little bug running around anyways? Mucinex. So this is a natural mucinex. The slippery elm plant helps coat and calm irritated tissues in my mouth and throat, and marshmallow root is thick and it helps so that all the phlegm and the ickies doesn't stay stuck into my chest and lower parts of my lung. But one thing that I know that these two herbs are not, and that is that they are not forceful herbs. They don't push. They don't demand. They soothe, protect, and create space for the body to do its work. As I blended them, I began thinking about the wisdom of stillness. We live in a world that tells us that we must be doing something wrong. We must move faster, work harder, fix the problem, find the answers, push through your pain. But nature does not always heal that way. It doesn't heal through force. Sometimes nature heals by softening. Sometimes it protects. Sometimes it moistens what has become dry and hardened. Sometimes it simply creates a gentler environment for the healing so that it can begin. That's what these herbs remind me of. Stillness does not mean nothing is happening. A seed resting beneath the soil may look inactive, but deep down inside, it's preparing to emerge. A tree standing through the winter bare is not dead. It's just conserving its energy. A body at rest is still working. A grieving heart sitting quietly is still processing. Healing can be happening even when you don't see it happening. We often become impatient with ourselves because we think the progress should always be visible, and we ask, why am I not noticing anything yet? Why am I still tired? Why does it still hurt? Why haven't I moved on? But perhaps the better question is, what is the season? What season is this? Asking me to be still long enough to understand what I truly need. Stillness gives us room to listen to our breath, to our emotions, to the quiet voices inside of us that often gets buried beneath the noise, responsibilities, and everyone else's expectations. The same way I blend herbs by considering how their actions are going to work together, we can blend rest, patience, nourishment, boundaries, prayer, nature, and honest conversation to support our own health. There may not be one single answer. Sometimes healing is a blend. A little support for the body, a little peace for the mind, a little hope for the spirit, and enough stillness to understand what each part of us is asking for. Thank you for spending a few minutes for the heart with me this evening. Today I'm going to leave you with this question. What might you hear if you allowed yourself a few moments of true silence today? What might you hear if you allowed yourself a moment of true silence? Until next time, my friends, be gentle with yourself. Listen closely. And remember, stillness is not the absence of healing. Sometimes it is where all the healing begins. Anyway, have a great night. Ciao.